The information I'm going to share with you guys is priceless, especially if you know anybody using opioids, prescribed or non-prescribed. Just by applying this simple information, if you watch the whole video, you'll be able to help somebody during an opioid overdose and prevent death. Important. Considering the fact that I had my last pharmacology exam last night and we were hit with the news that such a young talented artist, Wrld, has passed away, I saw it only fitting as to do this video, even though the results haven't come back from the autopsy as like what the cause was. I'm suspecting it was an opioid overdose, but we don't know, right? I'm still gonna go ahead with this video. I'm gonna teach you guys how to avoid accidents like that from happening even though the person has overdosed. And of course, I'm gonna have to hit you guys up with this disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor yet, so whatever I say does not succeed your medical doctor's advice, and I'm just gonna drop the disclaimer. This video is sponsored by Top Notch Boston, a boutique that serves any look you're looking for. Boss chick attire, hot girl chick attire, like they have it all. And Dolls Lounge, a company that sent me this lovely hair. By the way, do you guys like it? It's short. This is my first time ever doing short hair, but I actually like it. Like, you know, it's careless. Yeah. So as I get ready, we will be talking about opioids, how to prevent cardiac arrest, respiratory depression, death, all the stuff we don't want. And by the end of this video, you'll be enlightened on how to save someone from dying from an opioid overdose. It's just, you know, it's great. So like before we get started, let's talk about what an opioid is. An opioid is a drug that affects the central nervous system, and it produces morphine-like effects. So it basically produces effects that are desirable to the user, such as euphoria, tranquility, and sleepiness. Opioids include drugs like codeine, morphine, Percocet, heroin. There's a whole list. I'll be posting it on one of these sites. But yeah, you are more at risk for an opioid overdose when you're using alone, when you mix with other drugs such as alcohol, benzodiazepines, stimulants such as cocaine, and also when, like, you know, you have lower tolerance due to your size, etc., etc. Overdosing on opioids is very dangerous because it could lead to like terrible things such as cardiac arrest and respiratory depression. You may be wondering, but Tokyo, how do I tell if someone's like, you know, actually overdosing? Like, what are the symptoms? Well, some symptoms include that they will have more of a blue tint to their fingertips and their lips. They would have a slow heartbeat. They will be breathing like they're snoring or like gurgling, like it's called a death rattle. And also, what was the last one? Oh, when they're sleeping and you can't get them up even though you pressed into them like really hard and they still don't get up. This means you gotta move. Like, you know, pick it up. Let's go. Overdose. The sound is basically due to suppressed breathing, meaning that oxygen cannot find its way to the vital organs of the individual. So you now need to act fast. So what is it? What do you do when someone's overdosing? The first thing you could try is to breathe for them, because remember, like I said, opioid overdose is where their vital organs aren't getting oxygen. So if you do a couple breaths, you could start up the lungs again and they would start breathing fine. Or you can go get naloxone. So basically what naloxone does, it reverses the toxic effects of overdosing. Naloxone could be administered through a needle. It could be administered through a nasal spray. But it gets somebody, like, it will start working within 2 to 4 minutes if it's an opioid overdose. It only works for opioids, but a lot of things that are going around right now, codeine, all that stuff, it could be reversed. Another thing I wanted to add is that basically opioid drug addiction is not a behavioral problem, it's a medical condition. So what I mean by a medical condition means that, like, if you want to get somebody off of opioids, your best bet is through another drug. This is because a person just quitting cold turkey has high chances that it's not going to work due to withdrawal. Withdrawal, I can't say that word for some reason. Okay, so what is withdrawal? Withdrawal is when an individual has been taking opioids for more than a few weeks and they feel like opioids are needed in order to feel okay. In withdrawal, like, there's a lot of undesired effects, like blood pressure goes up, anxiety goes up, insomnia goes up, vomiting, diarrhea, hallucinations, seizures. Like, it's like almost no wonder why the person can't really come off it by themselves. It's not that they're too lazy or whatever, it's just like they're going through a whole bunch of undesired effects and it's like a hard time for them. So it's really not behavioral, it's a medical problem. And these symptoms show up as soon as 12 hours after the last dose. And they can last up to a week, a month. It really depends on how long the person was using it. But the withdrawal phase could be really hard if you try to do it cold turkey. And that is why you turn to your medical practitioner or medical doctor or whoever is in power to, like, prescribe you things and, like, assess you, so they can assess whether methadone and clonidine is good for you. And basically what methadone and clonidine do, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I'll put the names on the screen though. Basically what they do is that it's basically a weaker concentration of the opioid. So it's basically the doctor's attempt to wean you off opioids, so you're not going through the withdrawal effects as intensely as you were if you were to do it cold turkey. But it makes coming off of opioids so much more easier. Another thing that is very important is that you should try to stop someone from abruptly stopping opioids if they're opioid dependent, because that could be dangerous. Situations such as psychological distress, like terrible withdrawal symptoms, uncontrolled pain, and even suicide could result from such. So it's best to go to someone who is medically trained so they can assess the situation, administer methadone and clonidine so they could decrease the withdrawal effects, and basically relapse will be minimized. Well, yeah, probability of relapse will be minimized, because someone was just to stop. A lot of times people cave in because of, like, how hard it is. So if they're getting help from a medical advisor, medical doctor, they will be able to, like, handle the withdrawal symptoms a lot more easier. Like, you know, it's just like something that's more attainable. So please, if you are opioid dependent, please do not hesitate to find medical advice. Like, you know, doctors are not going to judge you. They're confidential. They see situations like that all the time. You need to, like, you know, have balls and go to the doctor and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I'm opioid dependent. And from there, the doctor will spring into action and you guys will be on a nice road to be opioid independent. So let's go through the whole thing. When you witness that someone is overdosing, the first thing you do is you try to administer breathing, like breath, oxygen. I will be posting video links on how to do that so you can get acquainted with that. The next thing you do, if they're unresponsive to that, you go get the naloxone. And after you administer the naloxone, you call 911 to ensure that the person is stable, because, like, you know, you don't want to administer the naloxone and then the person basically dies. You want to make sure that they're good. So you call 911 so the first responders can come and make sure that their vitals are good. The next step is intervention. I would definitely say that this is crucial to prevent a relapse of opioid overdose. And like I said, mentioned many times in this video, intervention would definitely be going to your healthcare advisor and letting them know that you want to come off of opioids, and they will be happy, like it's their job to help you. So yeah, intervention. I remember carrying naloxone, oh my god, carry naloxone if you or somebody you love uses opioids. It prevents RIP on the timeline. It prevents unnecessary tears. It prevents lots of sadness. Just carry naloxone. In this day and age that we are in, knowledge is power, especially because this information is not out there as it should be. So I want you to share this with somebody you know who's dealing with an opioid problem, whether it be that they want to help someone and they don't know how, or the person is dealing with an opioid problem themselves. This video is to let you know that it's not a behavioral problem and you're not alone. There's always going to be resources to help with situations as such. Knowledge is power, so I would say try to send this to everybody you know. Also, kids, think twice before you try anything new outside. Like, you know, people are so quick to offer you drugs in awkward ass situations. Just say no. Like, you know, just say no, or at the most do some research to see what this drug does. Like, you know, get to know what you're getting yourself into. Search up what withdrawal is like, if it's a highly addictive drug. Get to know what you're putting into your system. This makeup is definitely not my best work, but I'm happy with the message. Now I gotta show you guys the cutest outfits I got from Top Notch Boston. Watch this. Oh my gosh, I love this outfit. Like, it speaks volumes. The material is definitely very, very comfortable. It definitely says I gotta go. I got a business meeting at 2. Don't waste my time. It's an outfit that you can definitely dress up and down. Like right now, I'm making it casual. You can put a business shirt under, like a more formal shirt, and it would definitely dress up the look. But I love it. I also love the fact that these pants have pockets. Like, what? I gotta show you guys the second outfit. Super duper cute as well. Let me just jump into it. Are you taking in this outfit? You know what kind of vibes this one's giving me? It's giving me look how bougie I look. Like, yes, thank you for watching this video. I really hope it was informative to you. And if you have any suggestions on what you would like to see on my channel, I'd love to see your guys' feedback. And also, if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Alright, bye guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.